Thank you. Why did you join Toastmasters?
Money and power.
Money and power. What else?
To make mistakes.
To make mistakes.
I was stupid.
To get more feedback.
To get more feedback.
Public embarrassment.
Public embarrassment.
To meet great people.
To meet great people.
I like to be heard.
Yeah. Your wife doesn't hear you, so you don't hear. I know the feeling. Yulia, why did you join and started the club?
Leadership skills.
Leadership skills. Lucas,
I wanted to connect to people.
you wanted to connect to people. How?
Still I don't know.
You still don't know. Olsen, why did you join us?
I want to be a great leader.
You wanted to be a great leader. How?
In my case, it's fear of English.
Fear of English. Maya.
I already told you.
You are
Mistakes.
being mistakes. Yeah.
I wanted to be afraid of people.
Okay. Miho, final one.
I want to get more articulate.
Great. So many different reasons did you join. What are you doing about it after joining? What steps did you take to become a great leader, Yulia?
I changed the job.
How? What steps have you taken to speak better English since joining Toastmasters?
I'm just speaking all the time in English.
Okay.
I'm also put myself in speaking, public speaking.
Okay. What did you do so that people hear you?
Yeah, they give me feedback, a lot of feedback, and I like it. I like it.
Okay. What did you do because you wanted more feedback?
I'm volunteering for table topics
Okay.
almost every time and asking people for more feedback.
And Lucas, what did you do to connect more to the people?
I try to talk to people more.
You try to talk. Okay, so I joined Toastmasters 2.5 years ago. It was in July of 2016, the first time I went to a Toastmasters meeting. My club, Wroclaw Speakers, at that time used to meet in Nokia actually. In Green Towers in Tokyo room, that room will always be special for me. So that's where I attended my first meeting. And I thought, this is a great place. This is a great place to improve my public speaking skills, in which I was obviously interested. So that was my goal, to join the club and become a better public speaker. Now, what did I do after joining? What can you do if you want to be a good public speaker, or a speaker in general, better communicator? In Toastmasters, what can you do?
Give a speech.
Exactly, you speak. You speak. And do you know how much I spoke in last 2.5 years?
Yes.
Yes.
But it has changed since then. Some of you know and some of you may not know, but this has increased even in last 2 months. Today is 160 second speech, prepared speech. I don't even count the small roles or general evaluator roles or Toastmasters or table topics that I have performed. Just the speeches since I joined Toastmasters have been today 162. That's a speech every 6 days, not even a week, it's more than a week. Every 6 days there has been a speech. And as you can see, the more I have spent time, the more I speak. Now I'll tell you a few secrets. When I joined, my icebreaker, I must have prepared for that speech for 3 weeks, literally. Must have rehearsed it many times, recorded myself, saw everything, improved, and I came on stage and gave the speech. As time progressed, I started to spend less and less time because I was speaking so often and I have a job and other things to do, so there was never enough time. Guess how much I prepared for this speech? When do you think I started preparing for this speech?
Just before the meeting.
Almost.
During the
almost.
meeting.
I had the idea on Monday or Tuesday when I was writing the title. I actually thought about the content in the morning and I was preparing the slides while you were talking here, right now. But how am I at a stage where I'm still able to come on stage with such little preparation and deliver a reasonable speech which has a good message that people can understand and I'm not stressed about it?
Practice makes
Practice.
perfect.
Exactly. It's only practice. It's going on stage at every opportunity I get. Quite often I hear people saying, I don't have a time to prepare a speech, I don't have a topic. You always have a topic. Come on, you talk to your friends, your family, you always have a topic, something to say. And whenever you get a chance to speak, be it in a Toastmasters club, be it outside, go ahead and do it. I was the first one in my club who took the challenge and went to the open mic that Alexi likes to go. It happens every Monday, a stand-up comedy open mic. You get 5 minutes on stage in a bar where people expect you to be funny, and in return you get a free beer. So I thought, how hard could it be? And I was the first one from our club to go and do it. I was just has been elected the president, so I thought, let's show people by example. I went on stage, I bombed, nobody laughed, anything. I got a free beer anyway, but people got inspired after that, and they started to go more and more to those events and speaking on that stage. I have been only 3 times on that stage, but there are members in our club that have been many, many, many more times, because that's what they wanted to do. Speaking, every opportunity you get, work on that. This is the answer for all of you who said that they wanted to improve your speaking. Now, Yuya said that she wanted to improve her leadership and she changed company. Who else wanted to improve their leadership skills? Natalia, Paul, what are you doing to improve your leadership skills in Toastmasters?
Practicing speaking a lot,
Okay,
thinking,
taking different roles in the meetings, yes?
taking feedback.
Taking feedback. What else? They say that Toastmasters is world's best kept secret. We can learn so much, but it's still not well known. Not an average person outside doesn't know what Toastmasters is. Inside Toastmasters, the biggest secret is that it's a leadership organization. That it creates leaders. That the leadership path in the organization is the most fruitful path that you can take. When I joined the club in 2016, August, I became the official member. In September, you have to renew your membership. Some people drop out. The sergeant at arms at that time in our club dropped, and he didn't renew his membership, so club was looking for another person. And who did they ask? They asked me, because I was speaking and coming every week, and I used to work in Nokia, so it was a logical choice. And what did I say? I said, yes, I will take it. Became sergeant at arms just after 2 months of joining the club. Then I realized that our VP education at that time was doing a terrible job. I was able to con the whole system and get a speaking slot every week, while others had to wait for a long time. And sometimes meetings were not very well organized, and they were same people again and again, and just it wasn't working very well. So I thought, yes, my opportunity. I didn't know anything about it, but I ran for VP education position. For 6 months, I worked as a VP education, and there are still people in my club that say that I was the best VP education until that time. After those 6 months, I knew what I wanted to do next. Can you guess?
President.
Of course, I became the president. And our club is big, it's active, so it was not that simple just to say that I want to be president. I had to actually run in an election, give a speech, which is still on YouTube, you can see, and run for the president. I won, and what I promised to my club were a few things. One of them was that I want the club to be the best Toastmasters club in the world. But second, I want to provide our members opportunities beyond our club. There was a tagline that I created that was go beyond, which meant go beyond what you're doing every meeting. Go beyond the speeches you give. Go beyond the meeting roles that you take. Go beyond the club officer roles that you take. In order to do that, we organized in those 6 months 3 Oxford debates, and they were very interesting. One was about polygamy, if it is good or not. Another one was about socialism and something about capitalism and how it affects our society. The third one was about men and women and what their roles are in society. But these are real topics. Everyone has an opinion. And it was so fun to debate about them in an environment which is safe. We organized the first ever storytelling evening, which was such a huge success. We got 100 people to attend that first event. And that sparked a whole new thing after that that has been still running every month. We, of course, took part in stand-up comedy. Maybe you know there is an English-speaking community of stand-up comedians in Wroclaw. They're Americans mostly. They're called Worldwide Comedy. We cooperated with them, and there was a event, specially organized event in Wroclaw, which was called Worldwide Comedy versus Wroclaw Speakers. The best English stand-up comedian in Wroclaw versus the best speakers in Wroclaw. We had 3 people from our side, 3 people from their side, judges sitting on the side giving marks. They told us that event that they did with us in the corporation got the biggest audience they ever had in a show in Wroclaw. And what did it give to our members? An opportunity to speak on a stage which was completely different. which was much more high stakes because it was a contest, and they had to be funny. And were those people appreciative of that? Of course. But it took a lot of time. Enduring, organizing all of this for 6 months and motivating people took a lot of energy. But was that enough for me? No, it was not. And then I became a conference chair. Last year in April, I organized a conference for 115 people in Wroclaw, Toastmasters. A bit smaller than what we have coming up in a few weeks. It took sleepless nights, really. I had so much stress I couldn't fall asleep while organizing that conference. But it ended up, I remember as soon as the conference finished, I got sick and I slept literally for 36 hours. Can you believe sleeping 36 hours? You can imagine how tired I was after organizing that conference. But it all made sense because just a couple of weeks ago I was talking with someone who said that that conference set the benchmark of how good conferences should look like. And that was more than a year ago. And that really made all the effort worthwhile. Of course, now I'm the area director, and because one of the VP education in our club had to resign for some reason, I decided to say yes one more time, and despite having the biggest area in our district with 10 clubs right now, I decided to take another role. Why? Why do I keep taking these roles when I have already done a lot of leadership roles in Toastmasters? Why is it important for me? What do you think I get out of it? Yes, that's true, but that's not the main reason. I get publicity, I get to speak, I get to wear a badge. I get to go to a club and they know who I am, or I just tell I'm area director, but that's not why I do it.
You build your confidence and skills.
That's also not why it's not even about meeting people.
You will be president of your country.
Yeah, that's the long-term goal, and yes, it contributes to that. I do it because I learn leadership skills. That's the only reason. That's the main reason I do it, because each of those roles brought a different kind of challenge. Now, you are some of your club officers, some of you I hope will be in future. Each of those roles will bring a new challenge. The final point, and the most important, what you can get out of Toastmasters is, as Eva said, it's the community. Without the community, this is all useless, really. Without the community, you cannot really practice leadership skills. Without the community, you cannot really get the feedback that you need to become a better speaker. And that has been the biggest part of my life for 2.5 years in Wroclaw, including the one in this club. I will never forget that kickoff meeting. That was so much fun to organize, right in this room. And I will always remember that. A lot of these people became close friends. Long after I'm gone from Wroclaw, I will still be in touch. They will be invited to my wedding. I will stay in touch with them. And that's the best I could get out of Toastmasters. How can you do it? Usually doesn't happen in the meetings. In the meetings you have a very strict agenda, especially in Nokia. You don't even have a break. I will just take 1 minute more, Ella. You don't even have a break. You cannot talk with people. You say you are here to meet people, but you don't meet really people, because at 3 p.m. all of you will be back on your desks or home. To really become friends, to really make a community, you have to organize integrations. You have to go out and meet people and actually connect with them and ask them what they do, why they are here. That's the only way